So Hot Takes, the hottest sports betting podcast on the planet.
What is up, everybody? We're back. We're so back. Welcome back to Not So Hot Takes. We have returned. Football, well, it hasn't returned yet, but we're almost there.
Like a Millie rocking in my sock. I can't wait for football.
Dude, why couldn't you do that before we hit play?
This is the new intro. Lord.
We're no longer announcing our names because I'm afraid we're going to look back in like 10 years and be like, we were losers for that.
No, we're not announcing our names anymore because we're big time and everyone knows who we are now.
Yep.
So, 2025 is our year. Everyone, we've hit the top. The Kelsey podcast got Taylor Swift, but we're going to do bigger numbers anyway. So, well, welcome back to Not So Hot Takes, fellas. How we feeling?
Wonderful.
Good.
I
Ready
love
to
that.
rock. Spend
love
some
that.
money on gambling.
Whoa. Never. It's all a facade. It's not real money. It's just
never,
fun.
Never.
It's not real money. But
It's
yeah,
motion picture money.
Yeah, for real. It's Monopoly money. But yeah, last week, long episode previewing college football. This week, most likely long episode previewing the National Football League. I guess, should we just hop into it?
I think we should roll into it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, we can hop right into it. We're going to go over divisions. We're going to go over conference winners. We're going to go over Super Bowl winners, awards, hot takes. We're going to go over our teams. It's going to be a fun one, so stick around. Now, let's hop right into it. We'll start. Fellas, do we think NFC, AFC? What are we feeling?
AFC.
AFC. Okay, we'll start with the AFC East. So, the AFC East right now, reigning champion in Buffalo. I'm seeing mostly about like minus 330 on DraftKings, then minus 280 on FanDuel if you're looking for some value. Yeah, I guess I'll just start with my pick. I'm going Buffalo here. I think that this is kind of a no-brainer. AFC East, the Jets have Justin Fields. The Dolphins can't play in cold weather. The Patriots are interesting. The Patriots are very interesting. But I think this is the do or die almost kind of year for Buffalo, especially coming off the Josh Allen MVP season. You're hoping he can avoid any sort of layover. But yeah, I'm going Buffalo here without thinking too much about it.
I'm also going to go Buffalo here. I mean, if we want to wait till some hot takes, we can wait till some hot takes. But I think that the New England's the second best team in this division. I don't know if I think that's much of a hot take here, but I don't know. I think Miami regresses a lot, and the Jets are still the Jets. But I do think Justin Fields is going to be pretty. I think that he's actually going to be pretty decent on the Jets. But I could be the only one here that even thinks that's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, don't overthink it. Go with the Bills. I really like that, Luke.
Threesome.
Oh,
I know, but the Patriots second, I really do like that. I think the Dolphins aren't that great, and then Justin Fields on the Jets. Woohoo. They're going to be awful.
I wonder
I
what
feel
their win
bad for Garrett
total is.
Wilson.
we'll get to the hot takes.
I wonder what their win total is.
Yeah, here I can try and pull it up. They are the second best odds to win the division. I'm seeing like plus 550, plus 475 on DraftKings right now. It's actually pretty low.
Their line is so under 6, so over 7.5 is minus 180. Over 8.5 is plus 100. So that's about their line. 7.5, 8.5.
Okay, yeah. So competing for a playoff spot there, but yep, the boys ride with the threesome with Buffalo in the East. We move to the North. The North. Good God. I'm going the Ravens. Ignore the jersey. Yeah, they're the best team in this division, and the other team that can remotely compete with them refuses to run their franchise like an NFL franchise. We'll get into that later. But, yeah, I'm going Baltimore just because I am mad at my team.
I'm going to go Bengals plus 280. However, I don't think that they make the deepest run in the playoff. I think that they win the division, but I don't think they make the deepest run in the playoff after within their division.
That's all you got? All right. I feel bad for Sean because I'm probably going to jinx him, but I want to go with the Bengals here.
It's okay. It's not a threesome.
Yeah, I mean, but you have to be like, you got to know your offensive line needs work in the offseason. Hopefully they fixed it.
They didn't.
I know. Let's just pray for the regular season. Let them go on a miracle run. They're on the tip, dude. They're at the tip of a Super Bowl. If their linemen can just get together with all their katanas that Joe Burrow bought them, they'll be all right.
Sean, do you think that them starting their starters more frequently in the preseason games is going to help them get going for regular season?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to matter because their defense is just terrible. Like I don't even know if that's really the problem that they need to worry about right now. Joe Burrow could come out firing on all cylinders. I don't know why I just like stuttered on that so hard.
Joe Burrow?
I was like firing. Yeah, but the defense is just such a question mark, and now it comes out that they're at even a harder impasse with Hendrickson, and they're looking to trade him, which is just a joke. $30 million in cap space with their MVP level quarterback, and you're just sitting on it because you don't want to give him more guaranteed money after he just led the league in sacks. It's a joke. You have a turnstile at right guard right now. Shout out to Lucas Patrick.
I ran into him at dinner last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him. I didn't know who he was. I saw he was in a Bengals hat with like probably 20 people at a table, and then he's just this big guy. And I was like, it would make sense for that to be with that amount of people with him. And then I just like looked him up, and it was him, just because I looked up the roster.
Yeah, I'm hoping you told him to like lock the F in.
Lock the freak in. I almost did on your behalf, but I didn't care that much, and I was also a little silly before.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. But yeah, we'll get to the Bengals more later. I don't want to harp on them too much right now. But we got one Baltimore, 2 Cincinnati in the AFC North. We'll go to the South, which I think is one of the more interesting divisions in football this year. I'm still considering it. I'm still really staring at it.
I think we're staring at the same thing.
We're definitely staring at the same thing.
Sam's also staring at it.
I don't know what he's staring at. Okay.
He picked him last year.
Okay. And how'd that go?
That
I think for value-wise and for betting-wise, getting Jacksonville at plus 310 or plus 300 or wherever you can get them at is good value. But as of who I'm picking to win the division, can't go away from Houston because I think their defense is too good. The offense has a lot of question marks, and I'm not confident in their offense in the slightest. But I think that their defense is too good, and there's a little too many question marks for Jacksonville out the gate, just with so much change in their organization and Trevor Lawrence coming off an injury, that I think maybe they start a little slow and aren't able to catch up. But yeah, I like the value on Jacksonville, but I'm going to go with Houston to actually win the division.
I'm going to go with Jacksonville. One of my, I guess we'll talk hot takes at the end, but still at the same thing. I think that it's going to be a revitalized franchise. I think that's kind of what a lot of franchises need to make that drastic turnaround. I don't think that they're going to be like Super Bowl or bust type of team. Like that's not at all where they're at in their time period. But they know that they're in a prime rebuild position, which sucks because you would like to have your rebuild pretty much have started when they drafted Trevor Lawrence 8 years ago, however long it's been. He's been in the league at this point. But yeah, I think there's just so many. Houston is just like everyone. It's like every year, like they did win the division last year because every other team in their division was so buns. But it was like, what else are you gonna do? Like with that bad of a division, but even though like they lost every single player on their receiving core got hurt, and then let's say that happens again this year, like I just don't think that they're going to be good enough to overcome those injuries if that kind of thing happens again this year. Joe Mixon though looks pretty good in preseason. I saw him in some snaps, but he looks pretty good. Sam, I know. Are we on the same wavelength here?
Yeah, we are, dude. Duval. What are we talking about? Duval.
And you're not a Trevor Lawrence guy.
I'm not, but dude, you're in the league so many years, something has to click. They got a new coach. I mean, what am I trying to say here? Your kicker kicks a field goal 70 yards. You got to at least do something effective.
The ex brick salesman.
Yeah, they're
Arkansas alumni.
They're scoring at least, or they're winning at least 8 games minimum after that field goal.
8 games?
Yes, minimum after that field goal.
Like I know I'm predicting them to win, but I swear if they're either going to win 3 games or they're going to win like 11 or 12 or 10.
I really think that whole division's.
But do you think 8 wins the division?
Yes, the division's going to be a.
Sean, what do you think wins that division? You think 8 games wins that division?
I think 9.
That's like NFL. That's like NFC South numbers to win the division.
9 might, but I think Houston goes like, I'll say like 10-7. Their defense carries them to the playoffs.
And then they get bounced first round.
Maybe. Their pass rush is just too strong, man. And then their secondary, I'm a big fan of their secondary. I love Jalen Petrie, big Jalen Petrie guy, and Derek Stingley is a superstar. I just think there's too much talent on that side of the ball, and they have enough on the offense. It's just that offensive line is such a question mark, and their running back room is like, I mean, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb. It's like if it was 2018, we'd be cooking.
We'd be cooking.
But we're not.
Like, this team's going to the play. How do they not?
How are they not going to win the
It's
Super
like,
Bowl?
who's going to get
dude?
to share the snaps? Like, who's going to be? Which
Yeah.
one of those two guys are going to be the MVP?
And now the question is like, how do we get them off the field? But yeah, like the secondary with Lassiter, Stingley, and then Petrie. I know CJ got hurt, but they said it wasn't as bad as they originally thought. But he might miss time anyway. But they got Kalen Bullock too, who's been really good for them. Oh, I forgot they drafted Jalen Reed too. I love Jalen Reed. So I think there's too much talent on the defensive side of the ball. Plus, the wide receiver core is really strong, especially with the Higgins and Noel additions in the draft, which is sick. You know, 2 superstar wide receivers from the same school. You draft both of them in the 2nd and 4th round. That's dope as hell. But yeah, I'm going Houston. I know you, but I do like the value on a Jacksonville pick there. So I do somewhat agree with you guys. I guess it's like a spiritual threesome, if that's a thing. But we'll
The best
move.
way to get spiritually connected, right there.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
100%.
Now we'll move on to the next one. I'm gonna ask Sam to start us off in this one. We're gonna have the
AFC
AFC
West.
West. Sam, who do you think is gonna win the AFC West?
I think the Chargers are going to win the AFC West.
Is this
is
serious?
the year Mahomes has a bad year.
Is he
Justin
serious?
Herbert
I think he's
is
serious.
a regular
Wait, for real?
season merchant. I think Herbert's going to have an
I
immaculate
expect him
regular
to not
season.
even pick the Chiefs. I expected a totally different team to come out of his mouth for the AFC West. Am I the only one that
He
thought?
didn't pick the Chiefs. He picked the Chargers.
No, I'm
Relax.
saying I didn't expect you to pick the Chiefs, but I didn't expect you to pick the Chargers either.
Relax,
Yeah.
relax. I got a hot take riled up.
Oh,
for
boy.
that.
I already know what the hot take is.
No,
It's
you
just it's a matter of how hot it is.
Yeah.
It's steaming hot.
It's steaming hot. God, it's steaming hot pile of.
Herbert he's a regular season merchant. I think he's going to have an even better year this regular season. Everyone's going to say, "Oh yeah, he's going to clean it up and he's going to come out and do the same shit in playoffs." But they're going to win a lot of games in the regular season. Mahomes will have a bad regular season this year, guaranteed.
Luke, you go.
This might be hot. I think Broncos win the AFC West this year.
Love it.
Plus 270.
Love that pick. Love it.
I just think that Sean Payton's really found something
Taboo.
special. I think
Call.
Sean Payton's.
Shut up.
Daddy.
Oh my God.
I'm good.
Yeah, get it out of your system.
I think that the thundering Broncos take it. I think, as sad as it is to say, as it does truly saddens my heart, is that I think that Sean Payton's found something special in Denver. I think Bo Nix is basically his next disciple, and that he just speaks. They speak their own language to each other, and that I think that their communications are there. I'm not saying that. I do think the Chiefs will make the playoffs. I don't think they're not going to make the playoffs. I just don't think that they're going to actually win the division because I think the Broncos have put something special together. I think their defense is going to go up another notch, and I think that my biggest question mark, honestly, is the receivers because you just don't. Receivers are so feast or famine. Like you're either going to throw all over them, or you're just going to get locked up for the entire game and have like 100 passing yards and just hope you can get the running game. Also, too, who's their running back? They don't even have a running back.
No, you got J.K. Dobbins
Okay, I mean,
and RJ
I don't-
Harvey.
I don't think he is what he was unless he just hasn't hit a ceiling yet.
He had a decent year last year.
But I mean, those are my biggest question marks, which are 2 really big question marks. But I think at the same time too, it's just also really hard to count out Mahomes. Also, you can't just it's too early to start being like he lost another Super Bowl, got blown out, and then the entire country is like, oh, they're not gonna make it this year. So I don't know if I want to fall into that where I don't think that it's impossible for the Chiefs to win the playoffs. They probably win to the division. They probably will, but I like the Broncos at plus 275.
Mahomes is going to have a bad year. That's one of my. I know we're getting into it later, but I
But I
firmly
think
believe that.
your bad year though is the same way that we talk about like LeBron James not winning MVP. It's because he's putting up unreal stats, but it's LeBron and it's expected year after year. So it's like, what are we going to consider a bad year for Mahomes?
I legitimately think he's going to have a bad year. He's
Like,
gonna
what do you
poor-
consider bad though? Like under
Poor
2,000 yards
passing
passing?
rating. Yes. No, under 2,000 yards passing. What?
That's insane.
That's
Like, is he going to throw
Awful.
like 15 interceptions, 20 interceptions?
yeah. It would be high interceptions. I just think they'll lose games. Every game, like 10 of them last year. If you changed one play, they lost. and they get blown out by a good team.
Well, I am gonna go with the Chiefs to win the
Yeah.
division. They
Somebody
can't
had to.
There it is.
away with it. No, they'll keep getting away with this. I think that the question, to be honest with you, I think the Chiefs have a better roster this year than they did last year. Now, do I think they win 15 games again? Probably not. But they filled the left tackle position with Josh Simmons in the draft. They get Rashee Rice back. Now he's probably going to get suspended for
I was about
4
to say,
games.
isn't he on suspension?
No, it's his hearing got pushed back so he can play the first 4 weeks of the year. They can't keep
Jeez.
getting away with this. No, they literally can. Like, no matter how much you think. I think their defense is still underrated. They still have what's his name running the defense, Spags. So they're not going away. Chris Jones is still there, and then they still have Mahomes. Like, I'm not going to count out Mahomes. Do I want to believe in Mahomes or believe in Bo Nix? Like, I like Bo Nix a lot, but like, come on, man.
One
We're
year.
talking about Mahomes. It's also a second year. Sometimes there's a little bit of a drop off. Maybe Denver gets off to a little bit of a slower start. I like Denver. Denver's defense is probably the best in the league. Do I think that they played at the exact same level they did last year? Maybe not. Maybe teams figure it out a little bit more of how to beat them, but they're still super duper talented, and they added more. So maybe they do play to the exact same level. But even then, like, Denver only beat the Chiefs when they benched everybody because they didn't want the Bengals to get in the playoffs. Oh, who said that?
Oh.
Great
No.
move.
I think the
And the
Chiefs.
Chiefs barely snuck by him because it went by a blocked field goal.
Yeah, true. But like, I just think the Chiefs got better, and I don't think the other teams got better enough. Now, I think this is probably one of, if not the best division in football. Yeah, probably. But I think the Chiefs still do it again somehow, and we all are like, "How did they do it?" And then, whatever. Anyway, we can move on from talking
I
about.
will say Brandon Nimmo, super unclutch. Unclutch as fuck.
It's
Shout
all
out
the Mets.
Shout out to Brandon Noah.
3-1, loaded bases, 2 outs. George Kirby just walked Soto on 4 pitches, and then he soft lines out to the shortstop on the first pitch of the at-bat. What are we doing? See a pitch.
Shout out to the Mets for being the Reds' biggest fans for the last 2 months. Bigger fans of the Reds than the Reds are, because Lord knows they blow so many games. But we're talking football today. Hey, we'll move on. Head over to the NFC, to
The East.
a familiar division to a few of us, the NFC East. Now, very interesting dilemma here.
Very interesting.
Very interesting dilemma. It has been how many years since a repeat champion in the NFC East? Like 22 or something?
21. It was 20 as of last year, I think.
21 straight years. That will be getting snapped
You
this year.
have 2. Yep.
I
You
think
think?
the
I'm
Eagles
gonna
are going
stop you here, Sean. This might be the best division of football.
It's 2 teams.
Relax.
It's gonna be
Two of the
two
best
teams.
2 of the best top 3 teams, 4 teams.
Whoa.
Whoa,
call
whoa.
Top.
Out of the 2 teams that are good, one quarterback's a top 5 quarterback and one's not. And
But the Cowboys aren't going to be awful.
they're going to be terrible.
Commanders are going to be good, who, by the way, should change their name back. And the Eagles are great.
What are we? To what, the
Eagles are
football
goated.
team?
Can we talk about how horrible it is that the NFL made the Eagles and the Commanders play twice in the last 3 weeks of the season?
That doesn't
When,
make sense to me.
Huh?
But for one team, it won't mean anything.
That's what I'm saying. Or both teams, it could mean nothing.
No, I'm with you. It's dumb.
That's the worst.
Anyways, Birds are going to win the division. Very easy.
Can I get to why I thought they were going to win the division before
I
you
mean, it's just-
so
yeah.
rudely cut me off to make a false claim for no
Sorry,
reason?
I thought you were going to let me go first because it was my division.
I let you
but-
go first for your hating one. Fine, you go.
Yeah, you're going to hate
Yeah,
on the
you go.
Birds.
I literally
Cincinnati fan.
think they're going to win the division, so you go first.
It's going to be the Birds. It's never really that hard.
I know you don't have any.
Who's
I am
the
excited to see
who's the
Mark,
starting wide receivers for the Philadelphia Eagles?
Dude, Dave Jacobs, superhuman athlete.
John Mechie. Is that it?
Ruggs.
That's all you got?
That's it.
I don't need.
Then why did you come
Yeah,
in?
what?
Like, this was a waste of time.
For fun?
I hate you. I
He said,
hate
hold
you
up.
so
He said,
much.
hold up. Let me talk about nothing for 30 seconds.
Go Birds!
Sean, get a drink, man. It's on me. Wait. Anyway, that's a story for another time. Yeah, the Eagles are going to win this division because they are loaded, unfortunately,
Correct.
and they'll carry Jalen Hurts to another playoff run.
Incorrect.
Yeah, no, the Commanders are good, but the last year was very rookie quarterback excitement, Hail Mary, like ride the wave kind of thing. And I think you see a lot of teams like that. They take a little bit of a step back the next year, and I wouldn't be surprised if they start slow out of the gate as well. I've made a couple of claims of that so
But
far.
they only got better, it seems like, though. Like, their additions only made them better.
Sure, but at the same time, like
Also, Terry hasn't re-signed. Do we think we're
They-
revisiting this?
they said, I did see something that it could be happening like literally any day now.
He just wanted more money.
Yeah, look,
Get your
like
bag, King.
their offense is fun. I mean, Debo,
Fat Debo.
Fat Debo, yeah, he took the words right out of my mouth. Is cool, I guess. They paid him a lot of money to
They paid
be
him
fat.
a lot of money.
They got the corpse of Von Miller rushing off the edge.
Yeah.
Javon Kinlaw, they gave him a lot of money, and he's good, I guess. Marshawn Lattimore is another corpse on the field.
I don't know, he had a pretty good season on the Saints last year, and then they traded him.
Dude, he went to Washington, got torched by A.J. Brown twice, and then pulled his hammy and was out for the year. Like, he's just not anything anymore. Like, if their defense, it's like the Texans running back room. If this was like 2020, holy, Bobby Wagner, Marshawn Lattimore, and Von Miller, like, see you in the
Legion of-
Super Bowl, man. Instead, we got, Marshawn Lattimore on one leg. All he's good at is fighting. Bobby Wagner is still a good run defender, but like you try to make him cover anybody, he couldn't cover my like great grandfather.
Fat Debo.
Fat Debo, Von Miller, like 2020, this team is winning the Super
Austin
Bowl.
Eckler. Is Austin Eckler still on the team?
Eckler, yeah, I mean, there's probably
Dude,
more. Zach Ertz, oh my god,
my
dude,
God.
see you in the Super Bowl, but like it's not. It's 2025. Look, I think they'll be fine, and Jaden Daniels is very talented, but don't be surprised if they take a
No
little
chicks.
second
No girls.
to cut. Yeah, just his mom.
Do you think he actively practices semen retention?
Okay, you know,
Dude.
I'm,
What? That's a serious question.
who wins the division before I like find a way to kick you from this call?
I mean, his mom was dancing with him at the wedding and wouldn't let him
Who
dance. No
wins
girls.
the division?
You want a quarterback that's focused on football. That's why I'm picking the Commanders. Except I'm actually picking the Eagles,
Okay.
and it's a threesome to jinx Sam and the Birds. I think Saquon has the unhealthy season he has every year because last year was a fluke for him being healthy every single game. The Madden curse comes back. This is all things that I hope happen. However, they probably won't happen. I think the offensive line is still awesome, so you can't really hate there.
I mean,
Dude,
Dickerson
does
getting hurt
AJ
is-
Brown become more of a diva? I mean, he's been reading that book. Do you think he finished it? Like, I don't
He's
know.
not LeBron, bro.
Did he finish the book?
What page you on?
Did he finish the book? So who knows? He might become a diva because his inner conscience or whatever it's called, the inner calmness. Does that go away?
Obviously,
he said he's been reading that book. Did he finish it?
Wait, did he? And then
Did he? Whoa.
I mean, and then I don't really know who's their defense. You got to weigh all the problems. Big play Slay's gone because he sucks. James Bradbury sucks. You just have the amazing. You just have the White Knights.
you're just making
in
it better.
corners.
Like what?
Their
What?
defense is loaded.
That's what I'm saying. They got rid of all the problems. The guys who sucked last year. The defense is awesome. They're gonna continue to be awesome. I hope the White Knights are there to save the day. And
Jesus Christ. I don't think that's their nickname.
what the Amazing Whites. I don't think
The
that's any
exciting
better.
whites, buddy.
Exciting Whites. is what it
Hey,
is.
we got there.
But I hope I mean, minus 135 is not ideal, but it's where we're at.
Look, the Dickerson injury scares me a little.
That does.
But did they come out with how severe it was? I know they were
Yeah,
scared.
it's like a quick meniscus surgery. It's like something.
No, I don't think he needed surgery. I thought they said it wasn't. I thought they said it wasn't high enough.
If he
for them to
needs
have
it, he'll
to
be
go
out
over.
for 3 weeks.
He had surgery.
Yeah.
He did have the surgery.
I think so. Couple days post surgery. He was
Yeah, he
giving
was out
beers
with
out to the
beers.
Browns. Yeah.
So when is he expected to return?
I don't know. Everything's just about beers, man. Can we talk football? Like, God. Okay, wait, here's something.
I mean, Lane Johnson's a stud.
It's a minor procedure. He's week to week. Okay. That doesn't
Yeah,
scare me
he'll be
as much
fine.
anymore. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Eagles.
Is
will
Cam
win this year.
Jurgens going to be good again this year? Does he take a step back?
No, I like Cam Jurgens.
He's gonna be
good.
a beast.
I mean, Steen at right guard, but like Jurgens and the tackles are good. I mean, the
Whoa.
defense.
Whoa.
Is- The defense
D
is just
great.
the D is it's long. They play rugged. They're hard.
When there's a guy banging you,
He starts to come and then he pulls out. No, the defense is way too talented. I just don't see a world where
I had
anyone takes
something
them.
once.
A glass bones.
I lost something once.
We'll move on.
My identity.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna go to everyone's favorite division, the NFC South. Mr. Luke Weaver, why don't you start us off?
Bucks minus 110. I hear a lot of chitter chatter about the Falcons again this year. The same thing that happened last year. And then what did I say? I said they always suck. Okay, bye, Sam. And then, yeah. I mean, the Falcons, I think, could be better this year because Kirk Cousins definitely was not ready to come back last year. That was a definite. His game's based solely off of play action. That's what he grew his game around in Minnesota. And then I think the Falcons were like fourth worst. Like they used play action the fourth least amount of times out of everybody in the NFL. So like that obviously hurt having to adjust to a new offense. But I will say that it looks like Michael Penix is going to be the starter, and Bijan's a stud. I mean, Drake London's a beast, but a lot of question marks. Their defense is decent, but a lot of question marks around their secondary. And so, I mean, yeah, the Bucks are awesome. Baker Mayfield's probably one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. He's awesome. Their wide receiver core got better, arguably, with Egbuka as an addition, and then Bucky Irving's a monster. Like, he might be my second round pick in my fantasy draft. And then, I mean, it depends where I land. I'm the fourth overall pick. I might be trading with some people here pretty soon, but I like the Bucks. My question mark is around their offensive line, but at the same time, like, there's not much competition in the division. But I also think that the Panthers. I wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers are runner-up in this division.
Yeah, I'm with you. Panthers are going to be a little bit exciting, but I mean, the Saints are awful. Falcons are awful.
Oh yeah, the Saints are in this division.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it, but I think they are going to win 6 or 7 games for no reason.
Tradition.
Yeah,
legitimately.
That would suck.
But I'm right on board with Luke. I mean, the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield's always good. I think he's going to have another good season. They'll get a couple guys back from injury, so I drafted Evans, so I hope he's good in fantasy. I hope he doesn't destroy his, what was it, ankle? He snapped his ankle, didn't he?
Who?
Huh?
Godwin
Oh my
did.
gosh, Godwin. My bad, I just brain farted bad.
Anyway.
Get Godwin back anyway. God! No, they're going to be good. Falcons can hang, Panthers should be exciting, and Saints suck.
Fellas.
No.
I'm ready to be heard.
No, my
What?
God.
The Falcons will win this division.
My
running it
God.
It's awful.
We're running it back.
My God.
And guess what? Kyle Pitts will be good. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going that far.
Oh my God, I thought you drafted him.
I'm not going that far. No, the Falcons are going to win this division. And I'm not sorry. I think the biggest thing that we talked about the Falcons all year was, what was the biggest question mark about the Falcons all year? Sam, do you remember?
No, I actually don't.
No, it was
quarterback.
It was pass rush. They couldn't rush the passer.
rush.
They couldn't rush the passer. So what did they do?
Pass rush.
They went and got Leonard Floyd. They went and drafted James Pierce, and they went and drafted Jalen Walker. One of them has to be good, right? I don't care. One of them will be good.
They must have heard you.
We'll see.
I think Rook Orororo takes a step. Love that name. But I think he does. He's a good pass rusher. I liked him out of the draft. I know he didn't have that great of a year last year, but I think he might take a step and help from the interior. But yeah, they bring in 3 separate pass rushers. You still have AJ Terrell and Jesse Bates on the backside. Yeah, I think that the offense is not run by a one-legged man this year. I think Penix could take a jump too, because he was just kind of thrown in last year. There was all that discrepancy before the year of like, why did they draft him if they signed Kirk Cousins? And then Kirk Cousins couldn't move. So now he's like the highest paid backup in NFL history probably. But I think Penix with a full year, and then Bijan might even take another step. Super talented, but like he had like no rushes for over 30 yards last year, which is insane. Like obviously those are hard to come by, but 0 for a guy that we know is extremely talented is crazy. I don't know if that's the exact stat, but it's something like that. Drake London, they got Darnell Mooney still, who I think I still believe in. I don't care. Kyle Pitts. Yeah. Their O-line is good. But yeah, I think the Falcons win this division because 1, I don't think it's that strong, and 2, I think Tampa, there's question marks going into the year. I know they drafted Ibuka and their offense is extremely talented, but you do lose Liam Cohen, who kind of turned Baker Mayfield back into a starting level quarterback, and now he changes schemes again. There's question marks with Godwin. Obviously, I love Bucky Irving, so no really question marks there. The offensive line, I mean, Tristan Wirfs, how hurt is he? I think that he's going to miss time, I'm pretty sure. Let me check. He will miss at least the first 4 games. That's a huge question mark. You know, Tristan Wirfs being like a top player in the league, regardless of position, you lose that, especially on your left side. Who comes in? Is it this going to be like their backup listed on ESPN on their depth chart right now is Charlie Heck?
Oh boy.
So that's not fun. And then the defense is, you know, it's okay. It's talented, but they lose a Carlton Davis. Now you're playing Zion McCollum, who I like, super athletic, but you know, there's question marks there. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I'm just ready to be hurt again. Give me Atlanta anyway. But we can move on. I talked about the Falcons for too long now.
We going west, we're going north.
West.
But we didn't do the North yet, did we?
And we skipped it.
Yeah, we'll go to the North. To the North.
I used to be scared of the dark.
The NFC North, most likely, probably the actual best division in football. Probably 4
Yeah, it is the best
above
division.
average teams.
I think the AFC North is probably better.
No, the Browns bring it down too much. Okay, I'll just go first. I'm taking the Lions still. And I thought about this kind of
Same.
long and hard.
But what else is long and hard?
When they lost the D, man.
Dude,
Oh boy.
When they lost
I lost something once.
I lost something once.
God, driving this bus is so hard.
Who's
Oh my
driving
God.
this bus?
Oh, what's hard? It's a cycle. I'm insane.
Dude, Jacobs.
When Ben Johnson left for Chicago, I had recency bias, and I was like, my hot take is the Bears are going to go 9-8, and the Lions are going to go 8-9. I've kind of come all the way back on that. Jesus, and I think Detroit wins this division still. I think they're simply too talented. I think they went through hell on earth with all of their defensive injuries last year. Knock on wood, but like it can't happen again, can it? Oh, it can. You guys, sorry.
Peter.
I think the horse is here. Their defense is too talented. They bring in a guy like DJ Reed, super talented corner, and then you know Aiden Hutchinson returns. Hopefully he's like 80% of what he was last year, because last year he was going to run away with Depoy before getting injured. I think my big thing is I think Jameson Williams takes another step and turns into a higher tier wide receiver than he was last year. I think the speed is too much to not turn into something. Obviously, Gibbs and Montgomery are superstars. Jared Goff is, you know, along for the ride. And then the offensive line is superstars. And then they bring in a guy like Tate Ratledge at right guard, and all of a sudden, like there's no holes there. So yeah, give me Detroit.
They were just kind of murdered by injury at the end of the year last year.
Mm-hmm.
Stay healthy. You kind of control your own destiny. And my thoughts, I'm gonna take the Lions also. However, I think Green Bay takes a step back, and I think that Chicago finishes second in this division.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
I can't put any stock into the Vikings with JJ McCarthy, who was
Vientos just went yard.
Oh, I had it on my phone. I just took it off. Love Mark Vientos, dude. However, I can't put any stock into JJ McCarthy, who made a living in college out of handing the ball off. And so, not saying that it won't all work, and he has a ton of weapons around him. However, I can't put stock into the Vikings. So, right now, there's no. Which is also like Justin Jefferson's going to be right there for me to grab in my fantasy football, but I can't take him.
Yeah, fair. It's crazy because the Bears are 550, Vikings are 290, dude. Plus 290, plus 550. Lions are obviously plus 150. I'm gonna go with the Lions too. I mean, the Packers, they're always going to give people a tough game. Dr. Love, he's a beast.
Bears
But-
are also murdering the Bills in preseason right now.
It doesn't really mean anything.
Josh Allen, it's over.
It's wraps.
Yeah, he's not. He probably doesn't even have pads on.
Medium rare. Put a
He might
fork
not-
in him. He's done.
He might not even be at the game.
Yeah, dude. But no, I mean, it will be exciting to watch the Bears. I feel like they just never had a chance to get going. Like when they finally played a little bit of good football. I was going to say it earlier when you said, you know, like Commanders are a Hail Mary, but me and Sean literally watched them throw a tipped Hail Mary. I feel like if the Bears get going, they won't be a terrible team. I do think the Vikings are going to finish at the bottom of this division. I think he's going to let McCarthy just like the entire year, whether he's good or bad, he's just going to play.
Yeah, I don't really have a hot take about the Bears, so I do want to kind of touch on them a little bit.
Dude, are you good?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the improvements on the O-line were, one, very necessary, but two, are very noteworthy. You know, you go from an interior offensive line of like podcasters and bus drivers last year to, you know, bringing in Joe Tooney, Drew Dahlman, Jonah Jackson. Like, it's a night and day. Darnell Wright can take a step, and then Braxton Jones can take another step. Hopefully, it's honestly a plus. When you went from a negative to like a plus, which is very hard to do in one off season. The defense is good. You know, I will say, like, the pass rush is a bit of a question mark. I like Montez Sweat, obviously, but who's going to be that other guy that steps up? I like the secondary. The only thing that scares me is Kevin Byard, because last time I watched Kevin Byard play looks like a corpse on the field in Philadelphia.
My biggest concern is honestly is Ben Johnson's offense going to be too much to pick up? I mean, obviously they're not going to be Super Bowl contenders this year, but is Caleb Williams going to take a lot of time to develop that understanding of that offense?
It's a fair question.
Because it's very, I mean, it's a very elaborate offense, and it took. I mean, Goff handled it well because I think he was a seasoned veteran by the time that he was understanding Ben Johnson's offense. But will it take more than a year to kind of work those kinks out of understanding how to run that? Like I think that Caleb Williams is going to have a lot of turnovers this year. I think it's just naturally what's going to happen, but everybody's going to freak out. But I think knowing internally, if you know a little bit of ball and understand the circumstances that he's in, you know that it's going to kind of be the kinks with Ben Johnson's offense. But it's playing the long game.
Yeah, I think one thing I am excited about in Chicago is who takes over this running back, like the top of their running back committee. Because I'm not a DeAndre Swift guy, and I really like Roschon Johnson, and I do actually like Kyle Monangai too. I think they both could take a step and almost take over as the lead back in this offense. I mean, we know Ben Johnson's keen on using multiple running backs, as we watched David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs put up crazy numbers. So I think definitely guys, like if you're looking at fantasy wise, guys you want to take like a flyer on late, I guess they could step up. But that's a lot of talk for a team that none of us picked to win their division, so we can move on really quick to our last division, the good old NFC West. The NFC West, a very interesting one. A lot of question marks in this division. I really would not be surprised seeing a lot of different ways. Luke, I'm gonna have you start us on this one. Who do you got?
At Rams plus 195. I mean, the only thing that concerns me is that the Niners have typically been like a year on, year off. But I mean, it's scary. I like the Rams. I don't know if it's really a value pick because there's not much difference between the two of them. But for some reason, I just like the Rams a little bit better this year. I think even though they lost, even though Cup didn't resign, it was interesting. However, I think that I just don't know. I just don't know about the 49ers. They can't stay healthy. They are going to be struggling. I think their defense is going to regress. They lost Dre Greenlaw. Trent Williams is hurt right now, so you just don't really know how that's going to impact the team. But that team's always struggling with injuries, and is that going to be a problem again this year? The Rams aren't really struggling that bad with injuries and historically haven't. So I'm going to put more stock into a team that can stay healthy. Best ability is availability.
I'm good with that. I think it's the Rams. Their front seven is disgusting. I mean, you have Jared Verse, Fisk. I mean, how many sacks did Fisk have last year? Like 9? He was a monster.
I don't know if there's that many, but he's really good.
I thought he was up there, dude. Their defense rivals the Eagles. I mean, they're an incredible defense. They might need a little help in the secondary, but I mean, everyone wants to get hyped up with the Cardinals. Cardinals haven't really done anything. They haven't gotten better. That's the only thing that bothers me. Their offense is exactly the same. McBride's a beast. Murray really hasn't shown that he could. He's a great player, but he hasn't shown that he can overcome anybody better than him. James Conner's a good running back. He's consistent, which is nice. Who am I thinking? Harrison. He should be good. I mean, he heated up. In the first 3 games, he was unstoppable. Then he disappeared off of the face of the earth, and then came back and was okay. Cardinals can't really compete. I'm not worried about any other team really. Who is there?
Seattle with Sam Darnold, the Fighting Sam Darnolds.
Yeah, the Fighting Darnolds. Yeah, I think we're good on that. 49ers, like Luke said, not really healthy all the time. How many more years is Kittle going to be good for? Is Brock Purdy a fraud? Yes. Not a fan of him. I never have been, dude. He's a fraud. He got bailed out because he got hurt in that NFC game
Was that
against the
bailed
Eagles,
out?
and he got bailed because he would have had the worst game of his existence, and he broke his arm, so he got bailed out. But yeah, we're good. Rams all the way.
Man, I'll stick with my gut and make it a threesome.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go with the Rams.
I'll stick with your gut too.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is obviously like how is Matthew Stafford's back? Like, is he cooked? Because if he's cooked, we're cooked. I don't know what the latest news was, but like he's still like cryptic injury update, dangerously close to last chance. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, it's a huge question mark. And if he's not playing, they have Jimmy G, and we all lost this bet. But like you guys said, like Weaver touched on, 49ers just lose too much. It's just a lot of in and out. I think the Rams, like Sam said, their front seven is too strong. And actually Fisk did have 8.5 sacks, so that was a good call.
Hey, yeah.
I knew he had a good year, but like, damn, he had a really good year. Yeah, I like the Rams. I think adding Devontae Adams gives Puka the versatility to be able to move in and out of the slot a little bit more, and that's scary. They paid Kyron Williams, which is fine. I want to see maybe some Jarquez Hunter this year, but here we are.
Love it. Would love
with
it.
Kyron Williams. Yeah, I'll go with the Rams, but I am nervous about the Niners because I do know that like last year was like the first year in a while that no team went worst to first, and I think if one team was going to go worst to first this year, it probably is San Francisco. Because a lot of people forget they did finish last in their division last year, which is crazy. But I guess I'll stick with LA and make it a threesome. So that's all of our divisions. I guess we can move into our conference winners now. We'll start in the AFC because we did start there last time. Sam, why don't you start us off this time? Who do you got in the AFC?
I mean, we went through divisions, so you're saying who's going to win the whole thing?
Who's going to win the AFC? Who's going to the Super Bowl from the AFC?
Dude, I'm going to say the Bengals. I think it's their year. Except the only thing that scares me is I saw the logo, and I really want to say it's going to be the Bills, but the logo says Bills Lions. I'm calling it right now. If I could bet on that, I think I can. I might throw a little sprinkle on it tonight. I might pencil it in, but
lock it in.
I'm serious. The logo, it was like blue and silver. The logo never lies. For that, I'm changing. I'm going the Bills. Yep. Yeah, the Bills. I'm not going to give. I'll give the Bengals a chance, but I'll go Bills. Josh Allen, he's legitimately Superman, Batman, whoever you want to call. Even if they lose a couple pieces,
He's looking little Mahomey.
Stop it. If anybody looks a little Mahomey this year, they'll have a bad year because he is not going to win the AFC
or the AFC West.
Is this Kelsey's last year or what?
Probably. He's probably going to get married.
Dude, he looked like really thin. In like pictures I've been seeing of him recently.
He got probably thin for that modeling gig he did for GQ or QG.
So stupid, dude. Now he's going to get thrown around.
Quality control.
That's what I do for a living.
How the turntables.
Luke, who you got in the AFC?
I battled between the two for a minute, but I'm going to go Ravens plus 340. I know I didn't take them to win the division, which is what I said. I think that this is Lamar's year. I think that this is the year that they kind of get over that hump. And I think their offense got a little bit. They didn't really make many moves in the offseason. Like you didn't see because they didn't really need to. They just had a Mark Andrews drop pass and a couple calls that probably should have gone their way. But at the same time, I don't know. I think that this offense can be too explosive. I think their defense is going to be better than what it was. I don't think that the Bills' defense is going to be able to keep up with that offense. I don't know. I really think it's Ravens. It's Ravens or. It's going to be Ravens, Chiefs, Bills. That's really the only options. That's the three that are going to be coming out of the AFC. I don't think it's going to be the Chiefs' year this year. I think they miss it. And then I really think it comes down to the Ravens, Bills, and I like the Ravens better than the Bills.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sam. I'm going to go with Buffalo. I think Josh Allen pulls his rabbit out of his hat. Take of that what you will. I'm just a fan of Josh Allen. I think Khalil Shakir is still one of the more underrated wide receivers in the league. Shakir. Now, I don't love their receiver core just because Keon Coleman, I wasn't big on him coming out of the draft, and Josh Palmer is kind of who we think he is. But I like their offensive line. Like we talked about, they're kind of the number one. I think they're going to set themselves up because their division isn't that strong. I think they're going to have a really strong regular season, set themselves up probably with the 1 seed, have teams going to Buffalo in the playoffs instead of having to go to Arrowhead. I think that they can set themselves up. And we've been down this road before, obviously, and I guess it's another version of I'm ready to get hurt again. Now, the big question for me is, like, did Maxwell Harrison tear his ACL? I know he got hurt. Oh, it's a sprain. Okay, he avoided. Okay, good. Because Tre'Davious White at corner is rough, but I like Maxwell Harrison. Christian Benford is really good too. They still have Matt Milano and Terrell Bernard, so talented. I just think it's the Bills' year in that aspect for the AFC. Give me them. But we'll go to the NFC. We'll start with Luke. Luke, who you got in the NFC?
It's sad to say. It's sad to say, but I'm going to
The
take
Saints.
I like the Eagles to take it, but my problem is I think that if the Lions are 100% healthy, then I think it's the Lions division. Again, the Eagles are great. Like, on paper, they're probably going to be there. But the Lions, the Achilles heel of the Lions is what everybody loves, is also what everybody hates, is Dan Campbell's play calling. Is he going to be too crazy and too extravagant for them to, and just like kill them in tough spots? And I think that the receiving core is better than the Eagles. I think that their receivers are better. Like, I think that their tight ends are better. But I don't think their defense is as good, and I think that it just depends on quarterback play also. But the running backs, running backs, I say that backs, that is a little bit more dynamic. But it's going to be Eagles or Lions, and I think that the Eagles probably going to take it. So I'd take the Eagles at plus 350.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Lions pretty much for everything you just said. I think that you're also taking into account the Eagles just won the Super Bowl, Super Bowl hangover. It is a thing. It definitely is a thing. I think the Eagles are talented enough to put themselves in a position to be there. But I think that I'm willing to come out and say that it's really hard to double up on Super Bowls. And I think that when you have a team as talented as the Lions and a team like the Lions that's going to be motivated and coming off a year full of injuries and bad luck at the end of the year, I think they're going to ride their offensive talent to the Super Bowl in the NFC. I think the biggest question mark for me really is just Jared Goff in a not as creative system. Like, how is he able to, carry a team? And he doesn't even really he doesn't have to carry the team. He doesn't have to do anything. He just has to not be an idiot. And I think Ben Johnson did a really good job of taking a lot of that, making his job easier. Now that with Ben Johnson gone, are they able to scheme a lot of things open like Ben Johnson was able to do last year? And I think they will enough. I think there's too much talent on this offense, and their offensive line is too talented. It's going to make his job a lot easier. And then riding off of that Super Bowl hangover for Philadelphia, I think Detroit is the one that's going to take the NFC. But going into our Super Bowl winner,
Bro, you're just going to glaze over me?
did you not go already?
No.
Oh, I think I just kind of assumed who you were going to take.
The Birds, but I will say if they're not winning it, it's going to be the Lions. This is the Lions' year to win. Also, the leaked colors, they never lie. So I'm literally going to put it in tonight if I can. Bills, that would be an electric matchup, wouldn't it be?
Yeah. So let's see. Sam has Eagles, Bills. Luke has Lions, Ravens, and then I have Lions, Bills.
I picked the Eagles, but
Oh yeah, you said Eagles
at plus 350.
Ravens. So you have a bird bowl. Sam has the
Bills,
Bills,
Birds.
Eagles, Bills, Birds, and then I have Bills, Lions. So Sam, why don't you tell me who you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
The Birds.
What?
Back to back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Back to back birds to birds.
Bro, they got the same
Interesting.
team. They have the young defense, explosive defense. I think they can repeat. They might be the first team to three-peat, but I'll let them win this year.
Well, they got to win this year to do that.
Interesting.
No, I know. I feel confident. We're talking about the Birds. Jalen Hurts, top 5 quarterback easily.
No, well,
Debatable.
one may argue.
One could
Yeah,
argue.
a lot of people.
One will argue. Two will argue.
That's
I don't
okay.
know. I'm out of that conversation.
Birds.
I'll always join that conversation. Luke,
I'm not saying he's better than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is definitely better. But,
well, that's not a conversation.
well,
No.
abuse is abuse. Well, nope, it is.
I'm taking the Ravens at plus 600 to win the Super Bowl. I think
That's
it's the year.
disgusting,
I think
dude.
it's the year. I think it's the hump. I think it's the hump they get over.
Come on, man.
My humps,
It's
my
the
humps,
hump.
my humps. I think that they make the hump, and it's the Ravens. Like it's, I don't know. It feels like too many stars are going to align this year, but it's like, does Derrick Henry continue to beat Father Time and just dominate? But I don't know. I like Ravens at plus 600.
He thinks they take the hump.
I think they take the hump. I think they hump all the way to the Super Bowl.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make a last minute change on my pick,
Uh-oh.
and I'm gonna go chalky, and I'm gonna say Buffalo does it this year.
Really?
Ew.
I am. I was coming into the recording, and I was gonna pick Detroit, but I feel it in my loins. I'm gonna go with Buffalo. I think that Josh Allen pulls it off this year. I think he kind of cements himself as that 1A to everybody else's 1B. I think that the defense is good enough. I think that this is also a huge year for them, just because you look at their roster and how it's set up. They're gonna have to start paying guys. I think there's just a lot of talent depth wise on the defensive side of the football. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is I think Josh Allen he pulls it off. Like, he puts on his Superman cape. He looks a little Mahomey.
Homo.
He looks good in shorts, and I think he pulls
What?
it off. But he's 6'6" and he looks good in
He
shorts.
looks great in shorts. Okay, Sam.
Somebody's
No, I mean,
uncultured.
Somebody doesn't. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so
Odd reason for him winning the Super Bowl.
hey,
Hey,
name the last quarterback to win the Super Bowl that didn't look good in shorts. Probably Joe
in the
Flacco.
last Super Bowl, who won with long hair? Nobody.
Tough. Okay, so that is all the team stuff. So we got a Bills pick, an Eagles pick, and a Ravens pick. So no duplicates. Did we have any duplicates last year?
Yeah, we did.
We had a lot of duplicates. I think we had less duplicates this year than we did last year.
all Super Bowl. Me and Sean both picked the Lions. Sam picked the Eagles last year.
Okay.
And who was right?
I picked the Chiefs to win the AFC, and Sean picked the Bengals to win the AFC. So did
Yeah,
Sam.
see, I learned my lesson. Never pick the Bengals. But yeah, so that will wrap that section up. So we will move on right into our awards. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to go the small awards to the big award, or go to the big award to the small awards?
You're driving the bus, man.
Let's go with small awards leading up to the MVP.
Okay, we'll go to the small ones to the big kahuna. Now, so we'll start with comeback player of the year. Everyone, we all have a pick for comeback player of the year, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sam, starting with you. Who you got?
I'm gonna say. Now that I'm looking at mine, I kind of want to change it. Hold on, Luke, you can go because mine was gonna be really stupid.
I'm going to take Aiden Hutchinson at plus 275. It's comeback player of the year. I think that defense again is going to be really good, and it's kind of easier to put a player into these awards that has comes from a good team, like just how it historically has always been. I think the Lions are going to be really good, and I think Aiden Hutchinson's going to be really good, and then that's going to help his case for comeback player of the year also. I mean, he also was on pace last year to break the sack record, and then blew up his knee, and then
Blew up his leg.
it's yeah, basically. And so we'll see how it turns out, but I think he's the best at plus 275. He's not the number one pick to be the comeback player of the year, but he's up there.
I think he is tied for first.
It's him and Prescott.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I retracted mine. Prescott, I wanted to say Prescott just because he's a QB. He'll get like way more opportunities to be comeback player of the year. Same way Burrow did, but Hutchinson's a good pick. The only thing on this list, JJ McCarthy. Like, he didn't even play. How could he even?
Wait, my favorite
player of the year.
My favorite
Wait,
one
what?
is that Anthony Richardson has odds of coming back from just being ass.
Yeah, coming back from being dog shit and then dislocating his finger. They're trying anything for media for that guy. But I think it's going to be Christian McCaffrey. It's either going to be Hutchinson or McCaffrey. He's going to come back if the 49ers have a decent season. And like you said, they go from 0 to hero or win the division somehow. McCaffrey's going to be leading the charge. And he's plus 350, so not bad odds.
Who was your original pick?
Dak Prescott.
See, I'm going with Dak. I'm
Dude,
going
they
with
put
Dak.
Daniel Jones on the list too.
Yeah. I'm going with Dak because I think, like you guys talked about, being a quarterback is kind of a cheat code. But I also think that Aiden Hutchinson, while like superstar, but that's a very serious leg injury he's coming back from. I think he's gonna, still have to ramp up to speed. I think Dak's going to put up a lot of stats. I don't know if the Cowboys will be that good, but I think they'll be chasing teams down. And I think his counting numbers are going to look really good. And then him just being a quarterback is going to be the thing that takes him over the hump. So I'm going to take Dak for that. But, comeback player of the year is kind of a crapshoot anyway. I would not be that surprised if Jacksonville does win the division and Trevor Lawrence wins this award. He would kind of be and he's not really a long shot, but my closest thing to a long shot on this award. But we'll move right along we'll go to D-Roy, defensive rookie of the year. I'm guessing we all have similar. No, actually, we're going to start with you, Luke, because I think you are the closest thing to having a different pick in this one.
Yeah, I'm pick Michael Williams.
Yeah.
I was really high up on him in the draft, and I really wanted the Saints to take him. However, I'm not at all super upset with who we took with the draft. But however, I really would have liked to have him. I think that being on the 49ers, like I said, with them being feast or famine, if you're on a good team, then that makes a lot of the difference. So that's who I would take. I think what's his odds right now? I did have it posted.
I see plus 1,400.
Yeah, I got plus 1,400. So I would like to say it's gonna be him, but again, who knows? We'll see. I think Michael Williams would be the best bang for your buck, honestly.
I'm just gonna say Jahad Campbell, dude. I mean, he's playing I'm not saying it just for bias either. Vic Fangio is just great defensive mind. He's playing around a lot of people that will lift him up. The Eagles' defense is incredible. He's just gonna grow in there. And
is he starting?
Yeah, Nakobe Dean's still recovering from whatever he did to his knee.
Oh, that's true.
And he's a beast. But if Campbell steps up and he replaces Nakobe Dean, not even replaces, but can play as good football as him as last year while he's out, it's a no-brainer. I wanted to say Abdul Carter, but I watched him get thrown and then pancaked the other day in a preseason game.
I mean, that was the one. I said the same thing before we started the pod, and that's the one video that's been out that's him been playing that bad. But
dude, he got thrown.
Yeah, well, he got chip blocked. It's a welcome to the NFL kind of thing. Yeah. So the way I kind of did it for these awards is I have my pick, but then I also am going to give a long shot that I like to take a flyer on. My pick is going to be Carter. I just think that he is in such a great situation because the Giants D-line is freakish that I think he's not going to get focused on as much as a lot of people think, and I think it's going to give him a chance to really shine and work on one-on-ones, and I think he's just too quick and bendy to not see a success. I think they're going to use him in a lot of different ways. Stunning, I think they're going to put him at linebacker at some points, be a QB spy, just chase down the ball, be the freak of nature that we all know he is. And I think that, you look at a lot of the other guys that are near the top, how many of them even produce that well in college? Not that many. Travis Hunter is a starting receiver, and he's second string corner, and he's the second best odds. So, I'm going to go with Carter. But my long shot is my long shot is going to be Mason Graham, because I think that they're going to line him up in creative ways to get him with Myles Garrett and kind of get him free in one-on-ones. And I think that he's really talented, and I think they're going to find ways to get him in the backfield a lot in Cleveland, just because he's one of the few things that they have to look forward to. So he's going to be my long shot. But anybody else have any long shots, or should we just move right along?
I don't know. I think my pick is a long shot.
That's fair. That's very fair. All right, we'll just move on. So O'Roy, interesting one. Sam, why don't you start us off on this one, Mr. Samuel?
Muted?
There you go.
There you go.
Mudded.
I am so sorry. I was muted. Yeah,
it's an interesting
between
one.
A couple. It's tough because I have one guy in mind I really want to see do well. It's going to be hard in his division. We have a couple good options here. You have Ibuka, who's going to be really good. Tyler Show, however you want to say his name, supposed to be good. Millen is going to be good. Especially played on the Panthers, a team that kind of flies under the radar. I don't know. I wanted to say Genty, but I don't. I just think he's going to literally get eaten up with that Raiders offensive line. I'm going to go with Cam Ward. Cam Ward has, he's got the lineup to literally be an offensive rookie player of the year. He's a QB. He's on the Titans. Not really a great team. Titans can keep him in games. He's got what? Doesn't he have Ridley? Tyler Lockett.
Whatever he is these days.
Right. But he's going to have some people to throw to. He's a young QB. I wanted to say Dart, but I don't know. He has not been looking good.
He's not even going to get in until at earliest like week 8 probably. And
Yeah.
that's if they struggle.
Yeah. I'm going to go Cam Ward. He always makes the smart plays. I mean, he looks lackadaisical, which I wish or I hope he fixes a little bit this year, but he's just going to make the right play all year. And he's on a struggling team. So if he wins 7 games, 8 games with them, people are going to go buck wild.
Okay. My offensive rookie of the year. Kind of maybe a little bit of a stretch. TreVeyon Henderson, plus 1,600. A lot of hype surrounding him and the Patriots in the preseason. Will Campbell, I don't know. Any Mike Vrabel team right now is like, I mean, you can't count out any of their players. I think that the Patriots are going to be in the headlines a lot. I think TreVeyon's going to he's going to be getting majority of the touches. I mean, I think he might get, battling against Ramondre, but I don't. Ramondre's just been the running because they really had no other option. You think Ramondre is going to be the starter over TreVeyon?
No, I don't like Ramondre Stevenson.
I don't either. I think
hope it's TreVeyon.
I think within 3 games of the season, TreVeyon will be the lead back. And
I think he might be week 1.
You think?
I wouldn't be surprised. It might be like a split, and then like by week 2, like I think he could get enough looks week 1 to be considered the lead back, but it's going to be close to a split, and he could just go off from there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good dynamic. I think a young offensive core. I think, and also adding Stephon Diggs opens up the offense a little bit. But I mean, I don't hate it. I think I don't think that's even a long shot. I think plus 1,600 is kind of a steal. I think that obviously whether he wins it or not will be a different question. But I think you could also list this at like plus 600, and people wouldn't really blink at it. So I'm kind of surprised it's this high.
Yeah, he was my long shot listed because I think I'm like higher on New England this year. And I know that Mike Vrabel does love to run the ball, and I think if they make any noise and maybe even like sneak into the playoffs, like he would definitely have a strong case. So definitely somebody that like value wise I'm really looking at and would be my long shot. But I'm just gonna go with Genty. I think there's gonna be way too many storylines. I think it's a two-horse race. I think Henderson is a guy that can sneak in there, but I think that Genty has too many storylines. I think that Pete Carroll's going to lean on him a lot, and he's just too talented. I think Cam Ward, I think it's going to be kind of similar to the way of the Jamar Chase, Mac Jones year, where like Cam Ward is going to be Mac Jones. It's going to be a quarterback who has a decent year, but like a rookie quarterback having a decent year usually wins it, but it's going to be an ultra talented position player who puts up a really, really good year and has all these storylines going on about him. And he's gonna sneak it out. So I'm taking Genty, but I really do like the TreVeyon Henderson pick a lot. But we'll move on to Depoy. Wait, Reed Garrett just gave up a homer. Cal Raleigh. That's tough.
Boy, it was gonna happen.
Okay, yeah, Depoy. Moving on. Luke, why don't you start us off on this one?
Defensive player of the year, I have Max Crosby. Hot take maybe, but I think, the Raiders are gonna fire me up in the preseason, walking them out, flipping people off as they're walking in is hilarious. But I think this is going to be they're not going to be turning much heads or anything. But I think Max Crosby was already talked about pretty heavily moving into the season. But I think that him being a kind of revitalized team a little bit is going to put a lot of spark around his name, and I think he's playing with a chip on his shoulder this year a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised. He's at plus 1,300. I didn't want to go with some super safe picks, so that's kind of what I have.
Yeah, I mean, I was between two. And I think they're very, very close, Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons. I'm going to go with Myles Garrett. I think he's the only thing the Browns really have. And like you said with storylines, like if they're going to be close in any games, if they're going to win any games, it's going to be on the back of Myles Garrett. Then again, if Micah has a good year and Dak has a decent year, I don't know. There's just so many. It's so hard to pick these defensive player of the years, I think. I'm just going to go with the no-brainer, Myles Garrett. I mean, how many sacks did he have last year? 14 or 12, 13?
Decent amount.
Somewhere in there. Yeah, he's a beast. And then he gets Mason Graham on the other side, so you're going to have to choose which one you want to block. Myles Garrett. I'm not going to overthink it.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier with the Mason Graham flyer, and Sam kind of touched on it there. I'm also going Myles Garrett. I think that they put a lot on his plate, but at the same time, with the Mason Graham, I think they're going to get creative in trying to open him up and get him one-on-ones, which is not a good idea. So I think it's either going to be Mason Graham is going to be really in the running for D-Roy, or Miles Garrett is going to win DPOY. I don't think they could do it together, but I think that they're going to force teams to make decisions that's going to put them in good positions rushing the passer. And I would think Miles Garrett is just uber talented, arguably the best player in football. I will say, like, Aiden Hutchinson being the top of the odds is just baffling for me.
That is baffling.
It's like super talented, but like, guys, he snapped his leg over someone else's leg last year. Like, that you don't just come back and be like, okay, time to play football again. And then my long shot is actually going to be Kyle Hamilton, because I think that bringing in Malachi Starks opens up the bag to like put Kyle Hamilton in positions that they couldn't really do last year because Marcus Williams was a statue at free safety. I think they're going to be able to move him around a lot. And with Pat Surtain winning last year, I think it opens up more eyes to the secondary. And maybe he sneaks in there, but that's a long shot for sure. I think he's like plus 5,000. So yeah, I'm going to go with Miles Garrett. Me and Sam are going to ride it out in the twosome. But moving on to Opoy, I think I'll start on this one just because I'm sure you know who I'm going to pick.
Oh yeah,
Jamar Chase is going to win it this year for me. I think that one, he has the storyline of last year putting up a season that wins Opoy 95% of the time. I think he's going to put up similar numbers. I think he has to put up similar numbers if they want to go anywhere. And I just think he's uber talented. They use him in a lot of creative ways. I think he has to, put up numbers to prove why he's worth the contract he got. The defense is going to suck. They're going to have to put up a billion numbers. So yeah, give me Jamar. I think he's like plus 850 right now or something. Yeah.
This might be controversial. Again, I just like taking the long shots a little bit. I got Jahmyr Gibbs winning Offensive Player of the Year. I think what kind of happens is he starts taking a lot more. I think that, yes, do they have a little bit of a combo at running back, but I think that he's going to end up taking 70%, 80% of the snaps this year, except maybe in some red zone opportunities, which could hurt his chances. But at the same time, I think that if the Lions are Super Bowl talk for most of the season, if he's in that realm, I guess, of top 5 running backs in the league to end the year, and he has that candidacy to be the best running back at the end of the season, not in the NFL entirely, but have the best season out of all the running backs, then I don't see why that wouldn't give him the best opportunity to win that award.
Yeah, I mean, I did want to say Barkley. It's hard to do that twice. I don't want to put too much stress on the guy and have him get injured. I do like Derrick Henry in this spot, though. He's gonna if he has another year like he did last year, there's no reason not to give it to him. Just an explosive runner, helps out the Ravens big time. If the Ravens do go far or even show life again, you got to give it to Henry. I know Lamar's a beast, but he is the center of that offense.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I will say my long shot, I kind of touched on it earlier, so I'll just put it in here, is Puka, just because I think they are going to be able to use him in such versatile ways. I think as long as Matthew Stafford's healthy, I think it could be a huge year for Puka. And then a little bit of a flyer is Malik Neighbors, just because he's kind of like their whole offense. And I like Malik Neighbors. He's really talented. Second year, take a Jamar Chase level step, and kind of just be the whole offense. So, but yeah, I'm rolling with Jamar. You know how it go. Now, the big kahuna. MVP. Start with you this time, Sam. Who you got?
Most valuable player. MVP of the year. I mean, with my narrative, it should be Josh Allen. And it is Josh Allen. It's going to be Josh Allen.
Back to back?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. He's a one-man team. The fact that they keep getting to the championship game and then losing, he's a one-man team. I mean, last year they had a chance. Dawson Knox, I think it was. Or was it Kincaid that dropped that pass?
I think it was Kincaid.
Was it Kincaid? Well, I have him on my fantasy team. I still believe in him. But
so do I.
Yeah, he's a beast, dude. No, it's going to be Josh Allen. He competes with everybody in the league. He's a one-man army. It's hard not to go with a guy that legitimately puts a franchise on his back like him. Without Josh Allen, that team, I really don't think that team is good or even – he's a glue guy and he's your best player in the league. It's Josh Allen. It's going to be him again. Repeat.
My MVP, Hawk, I'm sorry. Joe Shiesty. I think –
there goes his ACL.
I think Joe Burrow wins MVP this year. I think the chips kind of fall for him, and we were able to see a Joe Burrow that should have arguably been. I mean, everybody kind of we had the conversation that he is an MVP. He was in the conversation last year, but I think that if they're even just a better of a team, any better of a team this year, that it should be locked up for him. And if he has the same season, then I think offensively it shouldn't be a problem. I don't know if you like that or not, Hawk. I apologize if so, but that's where I stand.
I picked Joe Burrow. I think that there's a narrative that if he puts up a similar season to how he did last year, I think that there will be a narrative run with that he is kind of like the whole team. But I also think that you can argue there's kind of voter fatigue on Josh Allen and high-key Lamar. And I'm looking at, like, who else is there. I don't think Mahomes puts up an MVP level kind of season. I don't think I'm nearly Sam level of expecting bad from Mahomes, but like I said, I expect maybe a little bit of a slow start from Jaden Daniels, and then Josh and Lamar. There's voter fatigue there. I think they're uber talented, but I think Joe kind of has to put this team on his back again. And even if they go 9-8, 10-7, and he throws for 5,000, I think there is a narrative of like, hey, he really kind of deserved it last year. He might get some pity votes on top of that. So I'm gonna go with Joe, but my long shot, as long as his back is healthy, is going to be Matthew Stafford at plus 3,500. It's a very much a long shot, but I think that offense is really talented. And I think that, so as you can see, I am high on the Rams offense as long as Matthew Stafford is healthy. But yeah, I'm going to go with Joe because, I'm going the opposite of what I did last year. Last year, I picked the team, but I didn't pick the players. This year, I'm picking the players, but I'm not picking the team. And we'll see how that goes. But anyway, that's going to be all we got for awards. We have run a little long, so I guess we'll keep the team talks kind of short. Maybe a little bit of just like a floor, ceiling, and prediction kind of thing. But we're going to start with Sam. You can give a little rundown. I mean, we talked about most of these teams. We could give Luke a little extra time because we haven't touched his team yet.
Yeah.
But Sam, we'll
I don't
start
have
with
much to
you.
say.
We've talked about the Eagles a bunch, so if you want to just give your quick little dipsy-do and then give us we can go through floor, ceiling, and your projection as well.
Yeah, I would say floor. Floor, I mean, is like worst case scenario, like Armageddon.
No, floor is like
Well,
not
it's like everything goes wrong. How bad does your team finish up? In my eyes, it's like
yeah, but not like a quarterback gets hurt. Like
you lose every game you possibly could lose.
yeah.
I would say 10 wins. I mean,
Who's
that
your
would-
floor?
9, I guess.
Bro, have you looked at your schedule?
Dude, we have an Iron Curtain as defense.
Dude, have you let's okay, hold on.
I guess we're gonna run
This
long
guy's
on the.
We're
on
not
the
gonna
team.
run long.
This
We're not
guy's
gonna run long.
analyze my
You play
team
the
and he likes
Chiefs.
the Saints.
You play the
This
Chiefs,
is
Rams,
crazy.
Bucks.
Win.
Okay. You play the Commanders 3 times. Twice. You play the Bills at the Bills, Lions, Packers,
Win.
Vikings,
Win.
and then Broncos. You're telling me you're winning all of those games?
But we don't have to win all those games. We
I'm
play
not
the
saying
Giants
this is
twice.
floor.
We
This
play
we're
the
talking
Cowboys
floor.
twice. We play. Look at my hand. We play the Giants twice.
Yep,
We
2-0.
play the Cowboys.
I'll
twice.
say 4-0 for your sake.
We'll split with the Commanders. 5.
You do play the
Vikings.
Raiders,
You do play the
suck,
Raiders.
is 6. Raiders 7.
Bears.
Bears 8.
Cool.
Okay.
Your floor? I'm talking floor. I'm not saying what's gonna happen. I'm saying floor.
Tampa.
They could lose that game. They
It
lost
is
last year,
they do always lose to Tampa, even
and
when
it's
Tampa
at
sucks.
Tampa.
Yeah.
Okay.
At
So
Green
we're saying
Bay.
floor. We're saying we beat them in Brazil. We're saying floor is like what? Because that would be worst case scenario. We lose
Worst case
every
scenario is you
single
lose-
big game.
Lose every big game. Chiefs, Rams, Bucks, Broncos. We're saying is a big game.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
Okay.
9. That's 9 wins.
We're talking floor.
So
You
look,
could-
here, hold on.
It's literally floor.
We'll just go through it all. We'll go through it all. Cowboys.
Win.
Probably. I'm gonna say you sweep your. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say you sweep everybody in your division except for
So
the
wait, just
Commanders.
say if it's a losable game, okay? Cowboys.
No.
No.
Chiefs. Yes.
Yes.
Rams.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Yes.
Denver.
Broncos. Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
Not really.
Sure.
For 3.5.
For 4's sake.
3.5.
For 4's sake.
Giants. No.
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 Vikings.
Probably not.
No.
No.
Giants again.
No.
No.
Packers
on the
You
road.
could. Packers on the road.
Possibly.
Late. It's
Sure.
November. It's a week old.
Lions.
Yeah. You
Yes.
could lose.
Yes.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
No.
No.
Bears.
Bears.
No.
Why not?
No.
Chargers.
Chargers
no.
could.
Even though you picked them to win the division.
Yeah.
But we win the Super
No.
Bowl.
Raiders. No. Commanders on the road. Bills on
Bills
the
on the
road.
road.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So that's an 8 win. That's 8 losses.
yeah, 9-8.
9-8 your floor.
that'd be floor. Okay, I said 10 and then or 9. So yeah, not bad. Ceiling, ooh, it's just tough to say the ceiling because
Because it's
those two
NFL. Like
Commanders
the
games-
college, it's a lot easier to predict the ceiling.
16-1, I would say. You're not going to win all the games, but like they
16,
could.
14
Nah, I
or
would
15
say-
and 16 and 14 and 2.
Yeah,
Because
it's
you're
like-
going to lose to either the
it's
Bills,
either
Well,
14
Lions,
15,
14 and
it's-
3.
yeah, it's
15
either
and 2 potential. 15 and
I would-
2. You're going to lose to either the 3 because I think you could drop one of the 3 to the Commanders. It depends where in the season you are. Because if you've already wrapped up the division,
That's what I'm trying to say. If we wrapped up the division, there's literally
Okay,
two of
I
those
see what
games
you're
could not
saying.
matter against them.
I see what you're saying.
It's so hard to say. If I wanted to say like every single game mattered, they're playing every game, like 15 or 16.
yeah, let's say every game matters just for the sake. Every game matters.
15.
Say 16.
I'd say 15. Just because you can't, dude, it's hard to sweep the Commanders, and then you get a good team like the Lions
Or the Bills.
Yeah,
On the
because the
road.
Bills we've barely beaten twice
On
in
the
overtime,
road,
both
3 days
times.
after Christmas is over.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
I would
it's
say
gonna be about
15.
3 feet of snow. What's your real deal prediction?
Like what we're gonna go this year?
Yeah, what is if you had to put money on it? If you had a record this year,
Probably either I'm stuck between 13 and 14.
gun to your head, guns up.
14, 14-3.
14 and 3.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, realistically, it will be 13, just because there's the last games.
So
it's either
13,
they're gonna
13
beat
and
us-
4 is your.
I would
is
say
your guess.
13 and 4 is my best guess. Yes,
I would say 14-3.
I don't think that's crazy.
I'd say 14-3 is my prediction.
It's not crazy. It's just those Commander games. It's either they're going to drop it or it's not going to matter.
All right. Well, let's go to the other end of the spectrum. The Saints play football this year.
Don't want them to.
Go ahead, Luke. You can give your little
Try to play
rundown.
football.
It's gonna be kind of short. I think that the Saints, one of two things are gonna happen. We're gonna win 3 games, or we're gonna accidentally win like 8, and we're gonna go like it. I was listening to Kevin Clark, whatever his name is. That his name? I think that's his name. He was on Part of My Take, and he was talking about how the Saints, which is so true, the Saints historically just will hate to like we refuse to tank. It's like we just refuse to it's a very proud team for some reason, even though we're historically our historic franchise is not very good. It's dating back to like anything prior to 2010, we were just a horrible team. And I don't know. I think I would prefer us to lose 2 games or win 2 games. Like that's my preference. I want us to get the first overall pick. I hate that we burned a second round pick on Tyler Shaw and that we get the best quarterback on the board. Like that's whether it's Cade Klubnik, whether it's Sellers, whoever, or whatever. I prefer not to waste the first overall pick on Drew Aller, but that'd be I want the best available quarterback on the board because that's what we need to win. But what's going to happen is we're going to find some way to split with every divisional rival, and we're going to win one against the Panthers, Falcons, and Bucks, and then we play the Giants. And we also play the Jets and the Titans. And it's like we could realistically win 6 to 8 games. And it's going to piss me off because we really need to we need to win 2 games. That's what I hope. And my prediction is that we go 5 and 12.
Okay, wait, let's go with the floor. What's the floor?
Over.
Yeah.
0 wins. And which I don't want us to win 0 wins because I don't want to be the first team ever to go over. I don't want that on my conscience. But I also don't want to win any games at the same time.
It'd be first to go 0-17?
Yeah, first. I've arguably think that's harder to do than to go 17 and 0. But I think because Kellen Moore is going to be fun. I think he's going to have at least enough offensive pizzazz to maybe win us a couple games. But
let me look at this depth chart though.
Our depth chart right now, they don't know who's starting. It seems like it's Spencer Rattler. He's listed as the one. Which I don't even want it to happen. Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Raheem Shaheed, Brandon Cooks is our wide receiver 3. Kelvin Banks, rookie. Trevor Penning is questionable and sucks. Eric McCoy at center. Cesar Ruiz and Talise Fuaga, whatever his name is. And then our defense is okay. It's not. I mean, Cameron Jordan, a dinosaur. Brian Breezy never lived up to what he was supposed to be. Carl Granderson, okay. DeMario Davis, he is who he is. Pete Werner, Chase Young. I don't know why we gave him $9 million. And then Kool-Aid McKinstry, good. Justin Reed, Justin Blackman, corpse. Or Julian Blackman, sorry. Alante Taylor, dog. And I'm still upset that we traded. Who did we trade to the Jets? Was it the Jets or was it the Patriots?
I thought it was the Giants.
Maybe it was the Giants. I don't remember who it
Those
was.
are the D.
Why am I? Transactions. I gotta go to our transactions. Hold on. Who did we trade? This was back in what, May?
I'll get it first.
Because I thought this was before the.
Paulson Adebo.
Yes, dude, he was a dog. We had such a good young secondary outside of well, also with the Honey Badger retiring, but we had a good young defensive that was we were building our defense, and then that for some reason we're just gonna fuck that up. Sorry, mom, but I was we're just gonna totally screw that up, and then Chris Olave is our only good player. Oh, Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara, our entire team, and
Chris
then
Olave and his 80 concussions.
yeah, and then Taysom Hill, I guess he's out.
Good dude. He's 37.
He's our second string tight end. Juwan Johnson's nice. I like Juwan Johnson.
Hey,
He's a decent tight end. But floor, no wins. Ceiling, I think our ceiling is 8 wins, only because they're gonna find some way to win 8 games.
Let's do the same thing we did for the Eagles, but with winnable games. So let me know. I'm gonna put my hand up. You let me know if it's winnable for the Saints. Sam, you're in this too. Ready? Cardinals.
Yeah,
Winnable. Home. Yeah.
I don't think home or away matters. I just don't like.
Sure. Okay. Niners.
Loss.
Probably not winnable.
Seattle
on the road. No.
No.
Buffalo. No.
Right now.
The
New York,
Giants. Yeah.
Giants are yeah.
No, their defense is really good.
I know, but their offense is really bad.
We'll
They have no
say-
idea who they're putting at quarterback.
We'll say yeah.
New
okay.
England, no.
Yeah, okay, talking about who put it at quarterback. You guys have Spencer
know,
Rattler or Tyler Shuck.
New England, no.
New England, no. Chicago,
maybe.
Uh,
I think we're gonna split. It's just we always split.
sure. Okay. The Rams
LA,
on the
no.
no. Panthers.
Hell no.
Panthers, sure.
Yes.
Atlanta,
Falcons, no.
no.
Possibly.
Miami.
Okay.
Okay, we always win some game we should not, but we should not win.
It's an interesting one. We'll say yeah. So it's 5 now. Tampa, no.
Carolina.
Carolina.
Do we beat? Do we? It's do we split with them or do we
You
sweep them?
could win both.
I don't think we lose. I don't think we lose both.
You could win both. So it's
We could
win. They're
win
both
both.
winnable. They're both
Yeah.
winnable. So you're at 6 right now.
6. New
Jets, it's winnable.
7. Tennessee,
Titans.
winnable.
Yeah.
8.
Falcons,
So
no.
8 wins, I think, is our
Yeah.
ceiling.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's scary.
Bad.
That's really bad.
8
Now,
wins is our ceiling.
what's the official prediction?
I think we go 5-12, 4-13, which I hate because I want us to lose
Go in your head. Which one?
5-12 because we're gonna
Yeah.
split. We're gonna split with everybody, and it's gonna suck because there's gonna be 4 other teams that only have 2 wins or 3 wins.
Cleveland.
There's only 3 teams that don't have any primetime games this year: Tennessee, New Orleans, Cleveland.
Fun times down there in Houdat Nation.
I mean, it's what's gonna suck even worse is if the Mets don't make the playoffs, the Saints win.
Let's go for
They're
it.
just depressing, and then Auburn, everything falls apart for Hugh Freeze, and we lose
Jackson
everybody.
Arnold. So here's what's gonna happen. The Saints are gonna go 6-11,
That's gonna suck.
and they're gonna be the 8th pick, and all the quarterbacks are gonna be gone, and so they're just gonna pass on taking a quarterback, and they're in the 4th round. They're gonna take a late flyer on Jackson Arnold.
Or we get to the 6th pick and take Caleb Downs or Kendrick Falk. I know it take too much spins. We're gonna take the backup quarterback at UCLA. We're gonna take Nico at the 6th pick. Nico's gonna be a Saint because Kellen Moore sees the vision.
I love that. Houdat. All right, well, going from Houdat to Houday. Speaking of shit show, we got.
You think it's that bad of a shit show? I think you're also
Yes.
more of a depressed Bengals fan than the average Bengals fan.
I don't know if I am. I think I was. I don't know if I am anymore. I think the average has leaned towards me. We got the Bengals. Still haven't signed Trey Hendrickson. Gonna have to probably trade him now for scraps. The D line has actually looked pretty decent in the preseason. Now
I didn't
everything.
know there was another Bengal that existed in the world.
What do you mean?
There's another school that has a Bengal.
Oh, really?
Idaho State.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, the young defensive line has looked okay in the preseason.
Yeah, Shamar Stewart practicing with this college looked really good.
Well, he's playing now.
I know he is now, but half
And
of the training camp he spent in.
I'm not
Aggie
talking
land.
about the front office anymore. I'm talking about the players. Okay, I've talked about the front office on every single podcast episode we've had this offseason, and half of them were supposed to be only about baseball. Yeah, so the defense is terrifying in not a good way, and who knows if Trey Hendrickson's going to be on the field for it.
Do you think he like make or breaks your team though? Like, really?
Have you seen the stats about like him on the field versus him off the field? It's horrific. Hold on, let me pull it up because I just saw it today. But yeah, it's really bad because they don't have any pass rush besides him. They don't have any pass rush besides him. Okay, I know I saw it. Here you go. Last 2 years with Hendrickson off the field, the Bengals ranked 32nd in pressure rate, 32nd in success rate, 32nd in passer rating. With him on the field, they're top 12 in all 3 of those stats. So yes, it is make or break. But so is apparently like $2 million in guaranteed money to Katie Blackburn. Screw you, Katie Blackburn. But yeah, we'll just hop into the schedule because I've talked about the Bengals enough.
Do we want to run through your floor and your ceiling?
Yeah, we'll go floor and ceiling.
Okay. What are we going to do first?
We could do floor.
All right. Browns.
Want to do it? We'll
Yeah.
split. We'll lose a Browns game. I guarantee
You
that.
think?
It's week 1
No
and it's the
way,
Browns
dude.
on the road. Dude, we lose week 1 every year.
I don't know.
We
This is the same conversation we had about me splitting with a team, and we both said that there's no way we win the Falcons. So I'm not going to say that you lose either. There's no way.
Dude, we do it every year.
Okay, fine. Let's say okay. You just say
It's
you start off
This is the floor. This is the floor.
the
We're
floor.
talking.
You say 0-1 to start or 1-0 to start.
0-1.
Okay. Jags. Yeah, floor. Jags. Vikings. No. No. I don't think you start 0-3.
We could.
I doubt it.
But if they start 0-3, Zach Taylor's fired.
Yeah, for sure, but I don't think they do.
I hope. Ooh.
So let's say 1-2, Broncos,
Loss.
1-3, Lions,
Loss.
1-4, Packers, 1-5, Steelers.
We'll
Loss.
split. So we'll say win that one because
Okay,
it's at home.
2-5, Jets,
No, we win that game.
3-5, Bears, 4-5.
It's losable.
At home though, like 4-5.
Sure.
Steelers,
Loss.
4-6, Patriots,
We lost last year.
yeah, 4-7, Ravens,
Loss.
4-8, Bills,
Loss.
4-9, Ravens,
Loss.
again, 4-10. At Dolphins, you win that game.
Win that game.
5-10, Cardinals, you win that game. 6-10, Browns, you win that game. 7-10.
So 7-10 is the floor. Zach Taylor's fired. Joe
Ceiling?
Burrow requests a trade. Jamar Chase requests a trade. You find my head rolling down Halstead Street in
But here's
Chicago.
for the ceiling. The ceiling is I have a hard time picking them against anybody else. But if you're playing at their best football every week,
Okay, do it again.
Browns win,
Win.
Jags win,
Win.
Vikings
Win.
win, Broncos
Win.
win,
Win.
Lions at your best, you beat the Lions.
Give him the loss on that one.
Okay, so 4-1 at Packers win,
Win.
Steelers win 7-1. Jets 8-1, Bears 9-1, Steelers 10-1. If you sweep the Steelers, which you
That
at your
Yeah,
was-
ceiling you
we
should.
can.
10-1 so far. If you sweep the Steelers, which I think you can at your best.
Yeah.
Patriots 11-1. Ravens, you're
I think
split.
best case for is the split.
Best case you split. So what? 11-2.
I'll say no on the road, even though we've done it before.
So what is that?
like,
11-3. Ravens. It says 12-3. Dolphins
it's win.
15-3 or 14-3 is your
Yeah.
ceiling.
And that's like a lofty ceiling.
That's a lofty ceiling.
Now, what is my actual this for a team for us finishing third in the
Your
division? this
schedule is
is a hard
relatively
schedule.
easy.
I feel like there's a hard
think,
schedule.
Oh, I think the opposite.
Denver,
Pretty-
Detroit, the
Lions
Ravens
is
twice.
crazy that you have to play the Lions.
The
Ravens
Lions-
twice. You always have to play the Ravens twice, though.
I know, but the Bills on the road, the Lions at
Yeah.
home, the Packers on the road, Denver on the road,
Patriots.
Minnesota on the road, the Patriots. Like, this is not an easy schedule for a team that finished in third in their division. Like, you're supposed to get easier schedules to where you finish in your division. Like, this is not easy.
All right. Yeah. So what is your actual prediction?
What is my actual prediction?
10 wins?
I was gonna say 10-7. I would not be surprised with 9-8.
You think
though.
they get you in the playoffs so in your division?
10-7 gets us in. I don't know if 9-8 most likely doesn't, but 10-7 probably gets us
Do
in.
you think though it's an early 10 wins, or do you think it's kind of throughout the season? Like, do you think they start hot? Obviously, traditionally they don't start hot, but
I
do you think? Do you think those last 3 games they have to win? Like it's gonna be
Most
down the
likely.
wire. Like you're like, oh, we have to win, or else we're out.
They have like it's such a streaky schedule because you get the Browns, Jags, Vikings to start the year. That's 3 very winnable games. And then you get the Broncos on the road, then the Lions, then the Packers on the road, then the Steelers, which is wicked. And then you get the Jets, Bears, Steelers, Patriots, which is not that bad. And then a 3-week stretch that you go to Baltimore, to Buffalo, back home, play the Ravens again. Like, that's insane. Who scheduled this? It's a
Goldberg.
3-week stretch of Baltimore, Buffalo, Baltimore. Like, what?
Yeah, it's rough.
But then you get Miami, Arizona, Cleveland. It's bare minimum you have to go 2-1 in those last 3 games. You probably have to go 3-0.
Probably, which I think that's not going to be undoable, depending on where the Dolphins end at the end of the season.
I think my expectations ride extremely high on how this Cleveland game goes, and I don't.
How fast are you hitting the end of the season? The oh shit! Well, you're gonna hit oh shit after the first week if you lose, but
If they lose that game, I'm.
like if you start 1-4,
He's fired.
that's Lions, Broncos, Vikings, Jags, Browns.
He's fired. He should be. He should be fired because if you're 1-4, you're most likely 1-0 and then lose 4 straight.
Yeah. Or you're 1-0 and you're. What if you're 1-4? If you're 0-4 going into the Lions, he's gone already.
Yeah, because you're going to lose that Lions game anyway. Yeah. My expectations are not high. I'll go 9-8.
What's
That's
the
real.
weekend? What's the weekend we're thinking about going to? The
Bears.
Bears game.
It would be the Bears game, yeah.
Be electric, dude. Especially if you guys are good.
I hope so.
But if you guys are bad, then the tickets could get a lot cheaper.
It'll still be electric. It'd be 2 bad teams.
Anyway, well, we're running pretty long.
We are running long.
Like we
All right,
said.
follow the Instagram or follow the YouTube. Not so it takes 2 S's. Follow the Twitter. Not so it takes 2 underscores. We're back. Football is what we got for Saturdays. Week 0 college football. Followed by that is week 1 of the of college football officially, and then the week after.
Oh, wait,
NFL's
but-
back.
Before we move on, I do just want to hear Sam's full hot take on Mahomes.
The Chiefs win 9 games this year.
Oh, that's not as bad as I
That's
thought.
And
it was gonna be.
Mahomes throws for less than 3,000 yards.
Okay, now you're just okay.
I was
And he
wondering how hot
divorces
that.
his wife.
He divorces his wife.
Yes.
I see her divorcing him if they
wait.
lose 9 games.
Yes or no? Travis Hunter, there's drama between him and his wife this year.
I think there's always drama between him and his wife.
No, meaning like substantial. Like she
I don't
threatens
I
divorce.
don't care.
I don't care,
I don't care.
Bro,
either.
I do. Because I want to see how big of a mistake that dude made.
bro. Like
What?
anyway, my hot take is that New England makes the playoffs this year.
I think that's
Holy
also very
shit.
doable.
I think they sneak in somehow.
My hot take is that the Bucks reach the NFC Championship game.
I'm closer to saying the Bucks miss the playoffs than make the NFC Championship
you?
game. Yeah,
So they're
No.
both hot.
yeah. I think they make the playoffs, but I think they're like the 7th seed. Because I don't like I don't know.
I mean, also a realistic hot take, I guess it's not that hot, is that the Commanders win the division.
Yeah.
And then they are the team that everybody thinks they're going to be. And then the
But they have
Eagles
life the whole
somehow-
year.
Eagles somehow take somewhat of a step back.
Yeah, I
That's
mean
odd.
that's just I don't even know if it's a step back. It would be like a Super Bowl hangover. They're too talented to take a full just step back. I could see like a Super Bowl hangover kind of thing. I mean, who do they start with?
The Cowboys.
No,
on
I know
Thursday
that.
night.
That I'm not scared about.
Then the
for them.
Chiefs week 2.
Like that's what I'm thinking is that like the Chiefs and then the Rams week 3
Then the Bucks
and
week
then the
4, I
Bucks.
think.
Like
You
it-
realistically could start 1-3.
I was gonna say it wouldn't be batshit crazy for them to be 1-3. It would be nuts, but it wouldn't be like batshit.
Philly's hitting
crazy.
the alarm. They're like, fire Sirianni again. Like, they're always like, fire him.
And
If
then
we
it'll
win the
shave
Super
its
Bowl, he's fire.
Yeah, and then they'll beat the Giants by like 40, and I'll be like, oh,
I would love to be a fly on the
Sirianni.
wall at QPI Electric if they're 1-3. Like, all about hearing Jalen Hurts just needs to throw the fucking ball. He needs to stop looking down. He needs to stop looking at the ground.
Dude, they like shitty games. I'd rather watch a game be 9-6.
They love a defensive game, dude.
Ugh.
But anyway, okay. Any more hot takes?
I'm just ready for football.
That's a
Because it's
cold take.
realistic. Like we're gonna get some fun. We're gonna get week 0 next week, but then it's like after that, then I have to wait a whole another week. I have to wait. What do we got? August 29th for the. I got 12 days until Auburn plays football.
No, buddy.
I don't
Is
even
that
wanna
good or
watch-
bad?
It's your last few
Dude,
days. Of,
I
like,
can't wait, dude. I
leave.
cannot wait. I can't wait.
I am hyped for. I think Farmageddon's next week, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
hyped. That game's actually gonna be fun.
What time was that game at? Because that's like usually they played last year. They played it in like the morning. Because I was golfing and I forgot that it was like
Isn't it in Dublin?
yeah, but it's in the morning,
11 a.m. Oh, that's Central Time, so noon.
noon. Awesome.
Noon game.
Nooner.
So
Awesome.
hyped. Next week we got games. We got football. Yay! My girlfriend's gonna be so mad.
No, I already prepped Allie for it. I already told her it's back.
We'll see if Maddie listens. This will be our test. What should I? If Maddie, if you're listening,
Football's back.
text me that I should jump off my
tickets.
roof. What?
My tickets to the Bengals, Bears, and
Yeah, that's the
Penn
test,
State,
Maddie. So
Ohio State.
if you're listening,
Maddie, if you're listening, Luke didn't really mean it a couple years ago.
what?
The golf course got the better of me.
You look great.
What?
Anyways,
Okay. It's a real test if she's listening because I'm gonna hear about that.
yeah.
What? I don't know. Hold on. We're on
Mi-
great terms.
Missed Thanksgiving.
I'm more mad at Sam for
piece of shit.
bailing on Morgan Wallen, dude. The concert looked electric this weekend.
It wasn't me. It bailed.
We could be recording at my apartment right now.
I
Together.
would be here, bro.
All right. Well,
Ball's back.
follow the Twitter, follow the YouTube. Not so it takes 2 S's. Not so it takes 2 underscores. Potential TikTok ? Coming soon this season.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
Doing.
What?
All right. We'll see you guys in a couple days, couple of weeks, a week, whenever we resurface for our next episode.
Whenever we crawl out from under our rocks.
Yeah. Everybody have a great, wonderful, have a great week. Have a great week, everybody. Enjoy work. Take in the scenery. I did walk outside today, and there are some leaves on the ground, which is crazy. But
Brody
It's
touched
a
grass.
wild. It's so wild.
after my 2-hour drive from Cincinnati,
The nasty natty.
very nasty.
Ugh.
Also, bottom like 5 ugliest people ever. No babes, no good-looking guys.
That would be,
Just-
wouldn't that be top
No
5?
good-looking guys, he says.
there was, dude. I'm telling you, I said that to Allie. We were at the concession stand, and I said, "Have you looked around? There's just like ugly people here. There's not been one person to be like that. Smoke.
All right.
All right,
Thanks for listening. Take
we'll
it
see you
easy.
guys in a
We'll
week.
finally let you actually go.